All right, let's dive right in. This is an incredible story about how one single piece of paper, a payroll slip that got spit out of a jammed printer, ended up uncovering a hidden truth that would completely redefine a multi-million-dollar aerospace company. A company that was, by the way, teetering on the very brink of collapse.
So, to really get this, you've got to picture these two completely different worlds colliding. First, you have Callista Hale, the CEO of Sterling Innovations. Her entire universe is the glass tower, her success is measured in profit, and her eyes are fixed squarely on the future. And then, way down in the basement corridors, you have Elias Turner, a janitor. He's a man seemingly haunted by the past and driven by, well, something that is at first a total mystery.
So we start with Callista. People call her the Ice Queen of Aerospace, and she is under a ton of pressure. Her company is just hemorrhaging money, and pretty much everything is riding on this one project, the $200 million Aegis V drone. For her, every single decision is just a cold, hard calculation.
And this quote, it tells you everything you need to know about her mindset. As she's signing termination orders for 23 people, including the janitorial staff, it's not personal, it's just survival. In Callista's world, there is absolutely zero room for sentiment. It's a luxury she just can't afford.
And then, this tiny little mechanical error happens, a paper jam. And this one small event becomes the catalyst for, well, for everything. It starts to unravel Callista's black and white view of the world by introducing a variable that she could never, ever have predicted.
Right in the middle of all that termination paperwork, a single, strange payroll statement appears. It doesn't belong there. It's for a janitor named Elias Turner, and the information on it just doesn't compute. Just look at these numbers. They're stark. A monthly salary of $2,400 is barely scraping by in the Bay Area. But it's that reoccurring transfer, $1,200 to St. Bridget's Orphanage, that just stops Callista cold. For a CEO who lives and breathes the bottom line, this makes absolutely no financial sense.
I mean, just think about the sheer scale of that sacrifice. 50%. This isn't some one-time donation. This is half his income every single month. For someone earning what he does, that's not just charity. That's the difference between making rent and not, between eating and going hungry. It's unbelievable.
And that right there is the central question. It's an anomaly, a glitch in the data that a woman like Callista, who deals in predictable systems, simply cannot ignore. It hooks her. It pulls her out of her world of spreadsheets and into a personal investigation of the man behind these completely confounding numbers. So Callista's search for an answer takes her far away from her corner office. It leads her to a rainy night in Oakland and to a story of profound loss, a solemn promise, and a type of debt that has nothing at all to do with money. When she gets to the orphanage, she sees a side of Elias she never could have imagined. He's not just a janitor, he's Uncle Eli. He's this beloved mentor, up on a ladder fixing a gutter, and then patiently teaching little kids the principles of flight with paper airplanes. And it's there that a nun, Sister Constance, reveals the heartbreaking reason for his sacrifice. He's fulfilling a promise he made to his late wife, Audrey. And just like that, his whole past is laid bare. The quiet janitor was once Dr. Elias Turner, a brilliant lead controls engineer, but after his wife, also a doctor, died in a lab accident that he blames on rush safety protocols, well, he just walked away from it all. He became a janitor as a form of penance, to pay a debt of the heart.
Okay, so meanwhile, back at Sterling Innovations, everything is about to go catastrophically wrong. The Aegis V drone, the one project the company's entire future is riding on, is on the verge of total, complete collapse during its final high-stakes demonstration.
With military observers watching, the drone just malfunctions. It starts to oscillate wildly, getting stuck in this feedback loop that none of the top engineers can figure out how to stop. It's now hurtling towards a residential area, and the control room is just descending into absolute chaos. And right in the middle of this panic, Elias, who had just come in to empty the trash cans, quietly points out the flaw in their code. The response he gets from the lead engineer, George Chen, it's exactly what you'd expect. Pure condescension, immediate dismissal. But Elias's diagnosis is calm, it's precise, and it's technically flawless. He explains that their algorithm is essentially fighting itself, making the problem worse with every correction. His quiet authority and his obvious deep expertise just completely silences the room. And this leaves Callista with an impossible choice. Does she stick with the old way, trust the system, follow the chain of command, and stick with her panicked engineers? Or
Does she take a totally new path, trust the person, listen to the quiet janitor, and take an unbelievable human risk?
So what does she do? Callista makes a decision that has nothing to do with a spreadsheet and everything to do with character. She's seen who Elias really is, outside the company walls. And in this moment of crisis, she trusts the man, not his job title. She turns to him and says it, "The system is yours."
And that one single act of trust, it becomes the foundation for an entirely new legacy. Yeah, the immediate crisis is over, but the fallout is about to reshape Sterling Innovations from the inside out, revealing both the deep betrayal and a whole new path forward.
The consequences start unfolding fast. The investigation reveals the drone failure wasn't an accident. It was sabotage, orchestrated by Callista's own chief of staff. But instead of covering it up, Callista takes a moral stand. And this inspires the board. They don't just back her, they create a whole new company mandate and appoint Elias Turner to lead a brand new division dedicated to safety.
The results were just remarkable. St. Bridget's became a STEM center funded by the company. The drone, now redesigned with safety at its core, won a national award. And get this, Sterling became profitable because of its integrity, not in spite of it. And a new partnership built on that foundation of trust blossomed between the CEO and the former janitor.
This single line right here really captures the soul of this whole transformation. Callista and Elias discovered that the company's real success, and their own, wasn't ever going to be measured by profit margins or stock prices. It was measured by empowering others. Which kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? How many hidden experts, how many brilliant minds are we overlooking every single day? And what kind of potential could we all unlock if we just learn to see a person's worth